So if you like us, Santorini, Greece is on your bucket list. Well, in this week's video, we're gonna tell you if Santorini is really worth all the hype. Cue that intro.
What's up YouTube? Trevi from the Adventure Buddies, the modern travel family, bringing you another video filled with tips, tricks, and inspiration to make sure you maximize your next family adventure, like we always do here at the Adventure Buddies.
So continuing on our Mediterranean cruise, our next stop was Santorini, Greece. And so upon first glance, everything was looking Instagrammable right off the boat.
Let's talk about Instagram versus reality. So we went to the popular city of Ia in search of the white houses, the blue domes, the private villas with the pools overlooking the ocean. And while we were able to find all of that, we were met with some disappointment. Don't get me wrong, this place was beautiful, but it was quite small and it was really crowded.
As Trevi mentioned, the crowds were the biggest headache. One, in terms of trying to grab that perfect photo, but two, the alleyways are super narrow and you'd constantly see guests trickling down the stairways and interrupting people in their private villa. So you'd hate to spend all that money on a private villa and be surrounded by a bunch of tourists. So, however, in order to beat the crowd, we highly suggest you booking a private tour, not going with the tour bus option from the cruise ship. Why? There are about 8,000 to 10,000 visitors per day to Santorini, and those crowds head straight to Ia. So if you're able to take that private car to Ia, you're most likely able to snag some of those uninterrupted photos. So if you want to know more about private tours versus cruise tours, click the link above here where we have a full video that breaks down just that.
One positive thing, though, that we really should mention is that despite common knowledge, there's so much more to Santorini than the popular city of Ia. We hopped back in our van and we explored the rest of the island to see so much more than we'd ever heard of before.
So as Trevi mentioned, we were able to get out of the city of Ia, which allowed us to get into some small, quiet cities that allowed us to really get immersed with the ancient Greece history as well as some of the medieval times. Plus, we got to explore several different beaches that were on Santorini. However, as we talk through beaches, we should note that these beaches aren't anything to write home about. Most of the beach, because of the volcanic nature of the island, are kind of rough and you're not going to lay out there without a comfortable towel. But there is one beach on the backside of the island that is known for the party area. This has a longer stretch of beach, has tons of bars and activities and some boutique hotels. It might be an enjoyable spot as we hear during the summer months. So that is something to consider when traveling to Santorini, but again, not something to write home about because we have seen better beaches and better locations.
So in conclusion, we really did enjoy Santorini. It was beautiful and quaint, but it really wasn't our cup of tea.
And so we're super glad that we didn't choose this location for our recent honeymoon. If you're interested in which location we actually did choose, click the link above here because it was unforgettable. However, Santorini, we do encourage you to put that on your bucket list, but do have your expectations checked at the door because you might be surprised. And so if you like this video, please consider giving us that big thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more travel tips and adventures. And so I'm Matt from the Adventure Buddies.
And I'm Trevi.
Remember, life's an adventure.
Who are you going on it with?